trust you with my life.
All right, dude.
Well, not with my wife. Let's get into it. All right, so as you can see, this bloody thing still doesn't have paint. 6 weeks after the last episode that we did about this car, I'm still looking at primer pieces. What in the God's name of all things on earth, what's going on?
Okay, so I know exactly where you're coming from, but look, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. You've heard me say that before, right? We have the little Bible, and the little Bible consists of lots of photos, although they're not very good, but they're good enough for me to point out problems. Every time I see a problem, I want to fix it. And fixing a fiberglass bumper isn't just making a quick repair, primering it, and then applying paint. There's that process we talked about. It's primer. It's gel coat to seal it.
But I'm looking at it again.
And it looks similar?
And it looks, well, I think any normal person would say it looks exactly like it did 6 weeks ago.
Right.
But I'm starting to see at least a few differences, like this line over here is now more pronounced.
Correct.
And I'm assuming you're pulling that from the picture.
Yes, indeed.
There's a distinct ridge here before that I don't remember. Now, what's this all about? Okay,
so here's what's interesting. Your car, and only your car, had this ridge. The Hero 2 car, all the other cars that came, you know, out of the studio, none of them had this.
That story is coming up right after the break. Confession, I hate cleaning my own cars. That's why I love Adams polishes. Whatever you want to clean, polish, or shine, Adams has a specific product just for that, even for matte finishes. Since 2000, Adams Polishes has been offering premium car care products dedicated to the enthusiast. Whether you're a professional detailer or a weekend warrior, their innovative and effective products will enable you to achieve amazing results on your prized possession. Adams, made with pride and passion in the USA.
We kick ourselves in the ass trying to figure this out, and the only thing we can think of is these kits. Obviously, you know the story.
Yeah, well, Pomex back then, it wasn't like, anybody who's made fiberglass molded parts knows that two of them coming out of the same mold are not exactly the same. The further you go down the line out of the mold, the
correct
details, like a Xerox of a Xerox of a Xerox, you start to lose resolution.
Yep.
So that certainly makes sense, but honestly,
this is so minor that I could see this getting lost. I mean, literally, if we had a mold that had this ridge on it, it'd be gone in no time.
Well, the main thing on my last video I was talking about, this thing here wasn't rounded enough. It was very pointy, but I see you've rounded that better.
Right, that's been repaired.
That was the big thing for me.
So the last video, this was our holdup, because they had to actually redo, Martine had to redo a splash mold of this area. You could see this little line is where the cut in the mold went, and that's the splash mold that actually replaced that part, because that friend of yours in Chile, I guess, that sent you a picture of a real Bomex car, that bumper that he had obviously came off the line about the same time your bumper.
Because it's close.
It's very close.
So you got multiple different layers here. You got your fiberglass layer, you've got the Bondo layer, and then you have some gel coat. And the gel coat, you have to put it on over the Bondo, right?
Yeah, the gel coat acts as a sealer. So what's going to happen next is we're going to prime over this, we're going to clean this all up, and then we're going to seal it with gel coat. And the gel coat acts as a sealer. And then you could apply your paint sealer over that. Because if you don't do that, what happens is in this hot weather and on cold weather, the things move. And then you see those little imperfections in paints. Yeah, a lot of times you can color sand that stuff out, but
a lot of times you can't.
A lot of times you can't. Yeah. So this just that resolves that issue.
How many coats of clear are we going to use when we're done?
3 coats of clear.
Okay, using a hard clear?
Yes. Yes, we're going to add hardener to it.
My old M3 that got painted in 2003, that had a really hard clear on it. He's still working with that same paint job today, almost 20 years later.
So it's the thumbnail test. If you could put a little line in any car, that was not a lot of hardener used in the paint or in the clear. The clear you could put your thumbnail in and leave a little mark in it, you could still color sand that out. But every time you color sand and buff a car, you lose layers.
You're taking layers off. It's like, dermabrasion kind of stuff.
There you go.
Exactly. So where are we with the rest of the parts here? So the skirts
have actually pre-fitted. We're making a few small minor revisions. Every one of these kits is going to be a little different depending on what car you put it on, right? So here's the hood. We did a lot of work on the bottom side of this hood. This was all nasty in here because there's going to be a grill that covers this area up.
What's this flash hanging off?
That's just tape from the other side.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell is that?
That'll all get sanded and stuff. But again, this is, we wanted to clean the underside of the hood and not paint that at the same time as the outside.
Sure. Okay.
So a lot of work went into this ridge. You know, this is where you take the two, you know, this is the, I guess you call it the diaphragm, if you will, of the bottom side of the hood, and then you've got the cap of the top side. These are two different molds that are glued together.
Yeah,
so we had to clean up the bottom to make it look decent. Was yours like this? Did it look good? Was it decent?
It wasn't, I mean, it was a good hood out of the box, so they didn't do much to it. They just cleaned it up and painted it and stuck it on the car, and of course they put the black grill on it, and there was an option to put plates over it for rain.
Oh, interesting.
To move it. They were a black composite plastic, as I recall, and I forget how they were attached. I think they had set screws in multiple places to kind of drill into.
Right.
Like,
we're going to essentially glue on clips with the world's strongest automotive glue. It's basically panel bonding glue. It's not going anywhere. We're just going to put a nice little rim around the grill, so it'll be framed in by that rim.
And these are the side skirts you see working on right now?
Yeah, we're working on those, cleaning those up.
So these look really good. I mean,
the skirts came out. The skirts came out
This
great.
angle is perfect. It looks good.
Yep, we added to that.
And that was a good idea. That looks good. And last time I saw them on the car, they were flusher to the fenders than even the Bomex thing were.
Yeah, these fit perfect because we're going to put seam sealer in it. Remember, we talked about that. So you know, we're making great strides there. The body came out laser straight. It's ready to go. You know, this car has been ready for the last several weeks. The problem we have is, and you ask, why is all this stuff taking so long? We're a shop with, you know, limited staff. We don't have 10 guys working here. And unfortunately, we have other projects with deadlines we have to get out. So, you know, as much as I'd love to see this thing get in paint, it's likely not going to have sealer and paint on it until the middle of next week. But, you know, it is what it is.
And then once that's done, things are going to start moving fast.
Well, we have great news. Wheels are going to be ready on Monday. Wow. So wheels are done,
fitted for brakes?
Pre-fitted for brakes. Now all we have to do is clean the brakes up and get those brakes that we bought looking as close as they can to your original car. We're going to have wheels, also turbo manifold. We have a pretty good update on that.
What's going on?
End of the week, possibly. So yeah, things are moving quick.
So
all the other parts are
going to get dirty?
They're going to finally get dirty. Yeah.
I spoke to the amplifier people this morning. They'll have their amps for us completely rebuilt, perfect new spec. I spoke to the owner this morning. We'll have them in no later than 3 weeks, completely redone.
Can you tell I'm not super excited about the
You wanted to build a replica.
No, I know. I just, whatever. But it is, as long as we can make it look the part. I mean, is this going to actually work? Is this equipment, all this stuff we bought, is it going to actually work?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the point of putting stuff in
I know,
that
but is it going to
work?
sound decent?
It sounded decent in my car. I mean,
yeah, 20 years ago. I mean, I'll get radios have changed.
These are brand new amps.
All right.
Okay? If that was brand new amps, what's it?
20-year-old technology.
Can you tell the difference? You couldn't, dude.
I can. These new cars, the stereos are insane. You go buy the cheapest box from Nissan. What is it, a Versa? And the stereo sounds pretty good. It's like, not bad. Just saying.
This is like a guy who's never drank beer tasting a Bud Light and saying that's the best Bud Light he's ever had, or best beer he's ever had.
No, you're right the first time. It's the best Bud Light I've ever had. Well, I'm excited. We're getting there. It's just taking longer than we want. But
so next week we'll be down here, and paint's going to go on. I mean, sealer's going to go on the car.
Sealer and then paint.
Paint when?
Well, paint's going to follow the sealer. I mean, literally maybe 6 hours, 7 hours. So
I guess I'm coming down here Wednesday?
Yeah, if you want to be here when we're painting it, you're going to want to be here.
Okay.
And I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Today's an obnoxiously hot day.
Right. It's supposed to be more mild next week.
Okay. All right.
70, 75.
So, you know, that has everything to do with how much accelerator we put in the hardener and in the paint. So, no, we're getting there. Yeah, this sucks. I really want it done faster, but, you know, we've got our Roadrunner build.
Yep.
We've got countless things to do on the on our Supra. We're putting a new body kit on that, and then the Ferrari. We've got to fire that. Guys doing last minute body work on that to make room for our intercoolers, and so there's just a lot of things going on. But
So we should plan on Wednesday-ish to be painting?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, and then right after that, what's going to be next?
Well,
Engine,
we have a choice. No, engine's going to be simultaneous. I mean, we literally will have, when that manifold comes back, I believe we have everything else we need.
Okay, so we can just bolt everything up, get that going, get it ready to go in there?
Get it fitted, get the intercooler. I think, did Alex buy the intercooler?
I don't know.
Okay, so we either have to buy the intercooler or, unless he's already sourced it, but we have to make cuts to the bumper and pre-fit the intercooler, and I want to do that before we paint it. So we need to get our intercooler Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, so we need to talk to Alex.
Yeah, and we're not putting a grill on this, right? On that mouth, the bumper mouth? Okay, good.
No, the other cars had the grill on it so that you couldn't see that there wasn't the proper intercooler in their car. Okay. So that's a fun fact.
I remember that, yeah. Oh yeah, I got to show you the new headlights. So we got the Euro spec headlights.
Are they not the ones sitting in the car?
No, those are the originals. We're just using those. I was just say they look pretty cloudy to me, but yeah, no, the new ones are brand new in the box and they're glass lens, chrome back.
So engine same time, tires, wheels, and brakes are pretty much at the same time. Right. And then after that, it's. Well,
we're going to let it sit for a week after it's painted. Then we're going to color sand and buff it. We could run it down and get graphics put on it. Do we have to let that guy know that we're ready? Does he have them pre-made, or does he spit them out?
I'll have to know about a week in advance. So.
I would probably get the ball rolling on that.
Okay, well.
Could you make sure he gets the right stickers, though, and the right sticker size on the front bumper? Because the Stillen sticker is a certain size that has to fit right above the vent duct.
I think it was right here, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that was part of the change we made to this bumper because this was all wrong, and the Stillen sticker has to sit on a flat surface, so it has to sit pretty much directly under this vent. That's why we had to change all this, because that decal, I just need the decal to be exactly like that.
Unfortunately, you're looking at the wrong thing.
Why?
Because though it's post-movie decal placement.
Well, we're building your car, right?
Are we?
Okay, so where's the picture of the car in the movie?
It's in the movie.
Oh, shit. So these are all different stickers?
No, most of them are the same, but they're now silver instead of black.
Oh,
so the sizes might be a bit different too. So.
Okay, well that's good to know. Oh, okay, well, I would have liked to have known that before I did that, but it's okay because that's
not changing it again.
No, we're not changing it again.
You know?
So the stickers were black on the movie car.
Correct. Okay, here's the transition.
That didn't have a Stillen sticker.
That didn't have a Stillen sticker on it because that was after the movie. Turn signals have been changed to the 98s, right?
Right.
The Spec 2. The headlights have been changed, right? All that's gone. Any sticker here is now silver. Now it has an Art of Motion sticker and an Iris sticker on it.
Okay.
And a few other subtle changes, but that's the drill.
Okay, good to know. I can't wait to see these wheels and all our chrome stuff. We're getting all that done. We sent all this stuff out to powder coating the other day, a lot of the little catch cans and things.
I want to finish this series before I die.
You and me both.
Okay.
You and me both.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the update for this week, but I'll tell you this, I'm not coming back until we have a proper update.
There you have it. Sorry, man, I don't know what else to tell you.
With you.
Yeah.